and welcome to Fearless DIY Music. My name is Tristan Lass, and today I want to talk about how to go about, comparing two amplifiers. The most critical piece of equipment that you need to do this is not only to have a guitar and two amplifiers, but you need to have an AB box. I'm currently using a Morley, really basic AB box, so that the input from my guitar through the pedal board is going into the input of the AB box, and then channel A is going to my Acoustic Control Corp 117, and then channel B is going to my Peavey Bandit. Now, why am I doing this video? Well, recently I noticed that when I used humbucking pickups, like the ones in this Les Paul, on my Acoustic Control Corp, I was getting some early breakup on the amp. And for the purposes of the videos that I shoot out here in the shop, I like to make sure that my amp is pretty much a clean platform, so that the pedals and the pickups and everything else that I'm demonstrating have a nice basic foundation. So I noticed that, and it started happening after I disabled the reverb on that amp. Seemed to give it a little bit more juice. There's a video about that, the hidden switch video, which will be linked down below. And then I have a standalone video on the Peavey Bandit as well, which will be linked down below. And so I was like, well, maybe I should start using the Bandit instead. So I discovered when I set up to do this video that I'd been plugged into the high gain of the Acoustic Control Corp. Now I'm in the low gain. And what I discovered is that cleaned up the amp just fine. So now we're doing more of like a demonstration of, okay, which amp would be, the better one for use out here in the shop for doing these videos. So we're all set up, we might as well just do it. And I'm gonna go ahead and just go through all the basics of both amps. We'll compare them and then talk about the pros and cons of each. All right, let's start off with the Acoustic Control Corp. I'm clean, I'm on my bridge pickup, and we'll just do something basic. Go up here to the rhythm pickup. All right, so that's the Acoustic Control Corp. It no longer has a reverb unit in it, so that's just dry signal. Let's do the exact same thing on the Bandit with its reverb disabled and see what it sounds like. Go down again to the bridge pickup to start. Then we'll go up to the rhythm pickup. Alright, and right away what I noticed with that, the Bandit is, I think that's a little bit boxier. I think that it is a little bit darker sounding. I think the Acoustic Control Corp is a little bit more hi-fi sounding and brighter. So, they're just very different characters on these amps. As I said before, I lost the reverb on the old Acoustic Control Corp, so now I just use a little spring reverb pedal, just a little Mosky, and let's see what the reverb sounds like with that Mosky pedal. And we're also going to add into the mix my always on MXR micro amp clone that I built myself. It's kind of my sweetener pedal. So let's see how both react to having a clean boost on with some reverb. Alright, so that's the Acoustic Control Corp. Let's pop over to the Bandit and turn on its reverb. think that the Peavey on the bridge pickup, I think that for sure in that scenario, its reverb is far superior. Not gonna lie about that. Although I think the Acoustic Control Corp with that reverb pedal added in is not too far behind, but I think that definitely the Bandit wins the reverb wars right there. All right, let's take my sweetener pedal off and let's see how both do with a little bit of distortion. I'm just gonna put a really mild gain pedal on for my Acoustic Control Corp. And then of course the Bandit has its own overdrive channel built in, which gives it a distinct advantage. Right there it already has reverb and it has a high gain channel built in. Right now, Acoustic Control Corp on the bridge pickup. Just gonna go ahead, throw a little dirt on it and see how it sounds. Go up to the rhythm pickup. I like that a lot. I think, and plus it's one of my own distortion pedals, you know, one of my Electra circuits that I like so much. So I really like that dirt right there. And it's nice and it still has clarity. It still retains, you know, a lot of note articulation, which I really like. All right, let's go over to the Bandit and click onto its dirt channel and see what we've got there. Whoops. All right, now we're on the Bandit with the dirt. Dramatic volume increase. All right, let me go ahead and pull down that volume a little bit. That's way too much. I hope I didn't blast out. There we go. All right, let's listen to that Bandit distortion again. Don't know if I'm digging the Bandit's distortion that much. I think that I would really like it if I was just going to a jam session or something like that. Let's go back to the Acoustic Control Corp with the dirt pedal. I feel like I've got more clarity and control using, you know, my own pedal through the Acoustic Control Corp. However, my big takeaway from all of this is that the feature set of the Bandit is far superior in that it has its own built-in gain channel. It does have its own reverb, which definitely is much better than the little cheap pedal that I'm using into this amp. If I had a better reverb unit on here to go into this, that would solve that issue. I'm not too concerned about it at the moment, but the reason I made this video is that there are different amplifiers for different applications, and however, to discover which one is right for a particular application, you have to do this kind of A/B testing, where you just bounce back and forth and you use different effects, different parts of your gain stage, and just kind of figure out where it sounds the best, which one sounds the best for what application. And using an A/B box to toggle back and forth is the only way to do it. I could sit here and play this and just play the Acoustic Control Corp for 15 minutes, then plug into the Bandit and play it for 15 minutes, and I'm not going to get the same experience. Your ears forget very quickly what something sounds like. So, my advice is get an A/B box, and if you need to compare your amplifiers, this is how you do it. Alright, well thank you so much for watching this video. If you've made it this far into the video, please subscribe. And also like and share. Greatly appreciated as well. Leave something in the comments. Have you done this kind of shootout before where you use an A/B box to go in between two amplifiers to figure out which one is best for your application? Let me know in the comments, hit subscribe, and we'll see you next time.